A lot to get to. Artie was on TV this weekend. Robin was on TV this weekend.
Artie had a big weekend.
Yeah. I got drips and drabs about Artie's big night at Nobu with David Spade.
Helicopters. No, by the way, congratulations to Richie. There's a new Nobu in Beverly Hills, and holy Christ, the girls that work there are... I can't even describe it. I even said to Richie, I go, what's the deal like opening a restaurant out here? Are just every one of these hot chicks obviously wants to be in show business.
Of course.
You know, and there's some hot broads working there, and the food was great. Typical Nobu, great food. So,
you know, I was watching your TV appearance on Kimmel, which I think was among your best TV appearances so far.
Oh, thank you.
But I mean, now I'm getting a little worried.
I look terrible.
No. I don't think you know. Look. To me, I see you every day. You know,
Right.
People are shocked when they don't see you for a while. I'm used to you.
You're 2 feet away from me.
Right. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. You look normal to me.
The only time
it looks like Artie.
The only time it bothers me, Howard, is if you go on Artie's website. There's a guy on Artie's website that doesn't look anything like this.
I'm going to get sued, I think.
I think somebody stole Artie's website and he's putting up pictures of
Well,
himself.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. It's like, whatever. But
Anyway, so you got to explain to me. So Artie was wearing a T-shirt, a Jimmy Kimmel T-shirt from the show.
With a jacket over it.
And he explains that he was sweating so bad that his sister, Stacy, said to him,
she happened to be out there on business.
Artie, the sweat stains are so bad, you got to change your shirt. So Artie grabbed the Jimmy Kimmel T-shirt.
So you waited to get to the show to make your wardrobe decision.
but without Stacy, I just would have went on with the sweaty shirt, you know?
Yeah, so he goes out. And the first thing you notice is that there's tons of sweat, like there's big wet stains all over his shirt. Are you just sweating now?
Well, you were sweating the other day, just sitting there.
Well, what happened? Yes. Well, what happens is, look, at this weight, a couple things were going on. I took, before the appearance, I took a nice shower at the hotel to get refreshed and everything, and then it was hot in L.A. and I hate when this happens. Like you get into the car and the guy doesn't have it pre-cooled. Like I got into a hot car, so it was a beautiful car, a limo, but I'm like, is there air? You get a block of ice and a fan, and so on the way over, I had a jacket. Of course, I'm so self-conscious about how I look. I got to wear a fucking corduroy jacket on a LA TV appearance, and underneath my shirt, which is I had a V-neck collared shirt, one of the rare collared shirts I have. On the way, I guess I got sweaty, but typically I'll just go on television, and Stacy was there, and she goes, you got to change that. It looks gross. And I went to the mirror, and I agreed with her. So the segment producer was nice enough to go get me a Kimmel T-shirt, and I put that on. I had it on for 10 minutes before I went on stage.
And you sweat through that.
And I sweat through it again.
I had a theory on it.
Is there no air conditioning at Kimmel's place?
Well, also I'm stressed. Before you go on TV, I'm a little stressed. That makes me sweat a little bit. And it was
he's at the point now where he's sweating over nothing. In other words, just being fat is making him sweat.
Yeah, sitting up makes him sweat.
I'm constantly glistening.
Yeah, so but I had a theory about it. Artie was sick. He was on antibiotics.
True.
And I think that he's still probably a little bit sick.
Right. And the whole plane ride and everything.
I just finished the antibiotic. Well, you know what? I finished it the day of the show.
Right.
So I had to take one, because they make you afraid. You got to finish them all. And that probably had something to do with it, too. I mean, look, I agree, man. There's no defending what I look like at this point.
Sure you're not detoxing?
Well,
no, I mean, look.
He's got the cold sweats.
During the interview, can't you have Teddy towel you down?
That would be great. I'd love that.
That would
towel your belly and
But now,
cold cloth for your head, Mr. Lang.
My stand-up sets now are all because now I'm at the point where I have abundance of material and I try to see what works the best for the DVD. So I've been doing an hour and 10 minutes every show, and the lights are crazy, and by the end of a stand-up show, I look like I jumped in a pool, and it's not I don't sweat sexy. I just look gross.
It's not hot. Sometimes when Matthew McConaughey sweats, women like it.
I don't look like Matthew McConaughey sweating.
Well, anyway.
Well, I saw Artie. I told you I saw him on those porn video awards because I saw them one night and I was like, oh, Artie's on this.
Right.
So and he comes out with the two girls, but Artie's in the same thing he wore that morning.
Yeah. Well, he's a real guy,
Yeah, I don't have
every sense of the word. He's never a wardrobe person.
It's the biggest night of porn, and Artie's wearing his corduroy jacket.
Artie, why disrespect the people of porn by wearing the same outfit that you wore in the morning? That's not right.
But it's good to have somebody around because my sister's talking to me about my appearance, and as a comedian, I'm just worried about jokes. I'm stressing about what's funny and what isn't.
You're actually worrying about content.
Right.
Because you know your looks ain't getting you anywhere.
Exactly, man. Right. What am I going to tell you?
Eric, go ahead. I'm sorry. In Hoboken, New Jersey. Welcome to the show.
Hey, now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Howard. It's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. You just get out of a busy meeting, and the week's shaping up to be extremely busy. You get a call from your beautiful Beth O. She tells you that she's been invited down to Miami to join Katie and Billy Joel. She's going to go down for a few days in the middle of the week. How would you handle that?
How would I handle it? I mean, what would I do? I don't know. I mean,
I'd be aggravated if I were you.
Yeah, I would be aggravated, but I mean, like Beth's. Are you asking me how I feel when Beth goes out with people?
Oh, she's going to go on a little mini vacation.
Oh no, I wouldn't stand for that. I'd break up.
See, I don't think Beth.
No mini vacation.
No mini vacation for her.
I don't think Beth would do that.
No,
I think she'd realize that was a wrong. She's very. Beth is good at knowing what's appropriate. You know, I don't think she.
Yeah, that's why I love her.
But wait a minute, why is it inappropriate to take a mini vacation?
Well, I mean, I think some women just know how crazy a man is hooked up in their mind.
Oh, you're just saying in particular she caters to Howard.
I mean, as a guy, I think Howard probably. I feels the same way. You start thinking, okay, I'm up here working. She's down there. You know, it's like she knows what'll make a guy crazy.
Yeah, I would then I would just say, oh, that's okay. Don't worry, because next week,
you'll get vindictive.
Then resentment builds up, and you get passive aggressive.
Next week I'm going to L.A.
and you can stay home.
I'm staying at Carmen Electra's house for the weekend.
Oh, I was just in L.A. There is pussy flying off the trees out there.
Howard.
But one of the things I've done with Beth is I have a radiator in my apartment with a chain. She's chained up right now.
Good move.
It's kind of hot.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It sounds hot.
Go ahead.
Have you given it much thought throughout the weekend about this masturbating, who she's masturbating to?
No, I didn't give it a... She doesn't really masturbate that much, and if she does, she's not telling me, and... I mean, I don't know. She said sometimes she'll masturbate. I don't even care. You know what I mean?
You start thinking about that with your girlfriend, you'll slowly lose your mind.
Right. I don't want to know.
And Artie won me $500 by showing up this morning.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad you're on my side.
Yeah, I didn't think you were showing up either after the LA weekend. Yeah, I figured you'd be sick again.
No, it's generally he rests up before the appearances. He comes to work after.
I had a rock and roll weekend though. Helicopters,
Ooh,
the whole
look at you.
spiel. Yeah.
Where did you helicopter?
We landed. I landed in LAX at about 4:30 LA time, and then I took a helicopter out to San Bernardino to do a stand-up at an Indian casino. I told you about that.
Who pays for the helicopter? The casino?
My agent actually got them to pick it up.
Yeah, the casino usually has all that stuff to get the high rollers there.
But we followed a highway. We flew right over a highway that we would have been on. It was bumper to bumper, and I said that's why I'm making enough money to where I said, look, if they want me to split the cost, we got to get on a helicopter. But they picked up the whole thing, which was nice.
Right, that's cool.
And I worked with Fitzsimmons out there, and then I went back to L.A., and then I had Kimmel, and then...
you had the amphitheater, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you. No,
and after Kimmel, that's when you went to Nobu?
Yes, Jimmy was nice. Last time I did Kimmel, he couldn't. He's got Sarah. Jimmy's. I'm impressed by his manliness with Sarah. The last couple times I was, I've known Sarah for a long time.
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman,
yeah, right.
Jimmy's girlfriend. And I'm friendly with her. And the last couple of times we were talking, I said, yeah, why don't we go out after the show and get a drink? And Jimmy, she's like, no, I'm taking care of Jimmy's kids.
Oh.
He's got Sarah taking care of the kids.
Really?
And
he's out with you.
Yeah. So last time he couldn't make it out, but so this time he said, no, I definitely want to hang this time. And Sarah, I saw Sarah briefly. She took care of the kids, and me and Jimmy went to Noble.
Take care of the kids. Wow.
So Spade showed up, and it was myself, Nick DiPaolo, my sister Spade, Kimmel, and a couple people who work for Jimmy's show, Jimmy's brother Sal, and we laughed all fucking night. It was so much fun. Richie Notar took care of us. Ross.
Now, the most unbelievable thing I heard is you took JD out to L.A. with you.
Right.
And JD and Ryan Philippe hooked up.
What?
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's the whole. You want to get into the weekend now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ryan Philippe and JD.
This was so great. Ryan Philippe is the greatest guy in the world. Because what I do at the end of my set, sometimes I'll bring JD out.
By the way, Ryan Phillippe is an actor. He was on our show recently. He used to be married to Reese Witherspoon. He was in that movie Stop Loss.
I saw Stop Loss as well. I
saw think it was good?
I agree with you, man. Really, really. As a matter of fact, I got his text number and I texted him. I saw it. Great, really,
great movie.
And really, everybody should see it, especially now with the way these fucking guys.
It didn't get good reviews. Got horrible reviews, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, I saw
and
mixed
nobody's
stuff.
really going to see it. People don't. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with America, but we don't want to see anything about soldiers and war or anything.
And this is really well done, and I think he's really good in it. You should check out Stop Loss. I agree with Howard.
So anyway, get to the weekend.
All right, so that was Thursday night, and then Friday night we did the Kimmel thing. We went to Nobu. It was a lot of fun. And
you take JD to Nobu with you?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Now, JD is Teddy's. I'm launching my new website, and JD's official job is he's got the video camera. He's going to do a video blog, everybody.
Right.
So he follows you around.
And the fan, so he's got a function. But so what I try to do is, at the end of the set...
JD, you have a function?
Yeah.
You're actually into filmmaking now.
Yeah, right, exactly. I said you could be a filmmaker. And you know how everyone who brushes up against your show becomes a celebrity. So at the end of the, my goal is to try to get JD laid. Man, it's hard enough to get me laid. I mean,
I like that you have a goal getting JD laid. Why don't you take care of yourself?
Well, I like, I really like JD. And at the end of my set, I'll bring him up and go, listen, he gets a big round of applause. I'm like, look, come on, girls, look at this. He's on stage. And I try to get him laid. And then Saturday night, I had it was one of the again. I can't.
I don't know how you're not getting laid. I mean, the governor of New York had more broads,
but he was paying.
And he's no. I'm talking about our new governor.
Patterson,
yeah, that guy's blind.
the blind guy,
the black blind guy. He's a blind guy, and he's
a
getting
black
laid.
blind guy.
Dude, there's not a lot of single girls at the Artie shows. They have boyfriends with them.
I don't know. In LA, I saw it became a total scene.
So go ahead.
So the next night, it's besides Carnegie Hall, the most exciting night of my life. We played a Universal Amphitheater, 6,000 seats, just the greatest thing ever. And while I was on stage, apparently Ryan Phillippe showed up to see the show, which was nice of him.
Cool.
Very, very supportive.
Yeah.
And, George Takei was there, and I brought George out. The fucking place it was like, let's see an Elvis.
He must love that.
Oh, God, George and Brad are the nicest guys, and George is like he's an A-list celebrity again. On this fucking...
Did George say anything to the crowd?
We went back and forth, and you know what I said to him? Bitches. I said, George, wait till you hear with these acoustics the word faggot when I say it. And he had a great sense of humor about everything. But so apparently Ryan Phillippe came, but it was so nutty backstage that I never got a chance to see Ryan. And I left the stage and went right to my hotel to shower and then maybe see what was going on.
So are you constantly showering now because of your sweatiness?
I take 8 showers a day.
He's constantly wetting himself down.
Yeah, especially if I got a shot at abroad because
right.
I don't want
you don't want to stink.
Yeah, she's being nice enough to tolerate me anyway.
Least you can do is shower.
Exactly. So I go back to the hotel, and my new manager, this guy says, he's all excited about it. He says, hey, Ryan Phillippe wants to connect with you, real LA. And I'm like, all right, well, I didn't see him. Tell him thank you so much for coming. And he goes, the next text I get is from Teddy. And he goes, Ryan Phillippe and JD started talking, and Ryan said, JD, you got to come out with me to a club and meet women.
Oh, wait. So, all right, take it from there, JD.
So now officially, it's not I can't do it, and maybe Ryan Phillippe can get JD laid. So I didn't go to the club, but describe the club. It was like,
what club?
So what happened? So how do you hook up with Ryan Phillippe?
Well, I ran... I was backstage and I saw him and he goes, yeah, well, I'll take you out, buy drinks and stuff. I was like,
just like that.
I was like, okay.
And of course you can't bond with that dude because you're so tongue-tied.
And he's smug.
Yeah. But go ahead. So
me?
No, him.
Oh.
No, but he's being.
Ryan's not.
No, he really couldn't be.
No.
He couldn't be a nicer guy.
He's a nice guy. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead. Well, how many guys are going to take JD around?
Yeah,
Who would
anybody
even
that's good
think
looking.
to say it?
I was pissed. I'm like, can Ryan Phillippe get me laid?
Yeah, go ahead.
So eventually me and Teddy go over to this club called Villa. And it's one of these clubs where like paparazzi are waiting outside. Like we took a cab and there's like a whole bunch of photographers outside.
Now you would never. You'd be the guy waiting outside all night trying to get
Right
in.
in a line.
Right? Is there a line and like you get ushered in with Ryan Phillippe?
There was a little bit of a line. We walked up to the door and Teddy goes, "Hey, I'm Teddy," you know. And our guys, "Oh, you're Teddy," and let us right in.
What?
How does the guy know Teddy?
Well, I mean, Ryan Phillippe, someone told the door guy.
Oh, okay, right. Ryan Phillippe made sure you guys could.
Yeah.
I walk out and Teddy,
Teddy, table for Teddy.
JD is the greatest storyteller of all time.
Great.
Limo for Teddy.
All right, so go ahead, yeah.
So we go in a club.
Are there tons of hot chicks?
There were a lot of hot chicks. There was a hot chick dancing on top of something like at the very top in like a cage. And
Yeah, that's good.
I walk in and like I recognize people from the show Scrubs are there, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on? I see Ryan and
What's going on?
How's going on,
It's
Teddy?
LA.
I felt weird. It just
Right.
was
So
not.
okay, so you see Ryan.
I see Ryan. We meet.
What's Ryan doing? Is he just like sitting there acting like a star? Or?
No, he was just like standing around drinking a little bit.
Right.
And
Did he have some other friends, or was it?
yeah.
He
There was this other actor guy named Jesse Bradford. And,
Do they have like is it like their pussy posse? Like it's,
it's some sort of posse. There's a guy named Fidel who his like whole look is looking like Fidel Castro. I think that's his thing. I don't know what.
So these cats have their own posse and they're bringing you into the pussy posse.
Yeah, I guess.
JD
Ryan-
was in the pussy
And
bar.
Ryan's the bait. He brings over the broads, and then you guys all get to pick over him, right?
It was a lot of like us talking to the guys because we're just first meeting them. They were big fans of the show and stuff.
And this Fidel character, that probably was Fidel Castro in L.A. Doesn't
He
it?
gave up running Cuba, so he
Yeah,
could hang
they-
out with Ryan.
They hang out with dictators.
We're here for pussy posse.
So eventually,
They're very liberal out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
so
It's all about fame.
Ryan, at one point, Ryan introduces me to some hot chick.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, how you doing? My name's JD and whatever. And and the chick asked Ryan, why are you introducing me to him?
Is he somebody big? Like,
Do you mean Ryan didn't want this chick?
I guess not. I don't know.
Right.
He was casting her off.
Ryan goes, hey, this is my friend. I just wanted to meet.
Does
you
Ryan
and
talk
stuff.
to you? Does he spend some time rapping?
Yeah, we
to you?
talked a little bit.
What did he say to you?
We just talked. How they're fans of the show and stuff.
Right.
So they asked you questions.
It was really like Peyton and Eli Manning were there, and Ryan was like, "All these people are here. Peyton, Eli Manning are here. You are the biggest celebrity to us." It was
It's ridiculous.
Weird.
not even the cast from Scrubs?
So
You're bigger than Eli Manning to him?
I guess
Wow.
I don't know.
So I guess he's not a sports
I
fan.
was going to say, not a football fan.
Right.
So in other words, they're trying to talk you up, and so chicks can hear this maybe. And,
Yeah,
right?
and the chick asked Ryan, how long have you known each other? And Ryan goes, like a week and a half. and
See, it's weird, too. It's like when we take Gary the retard out, because Ronnie took Gary the retard out to Rick's Cabaret. the other
Yeah.
night. I got to hear about that, too.
And so the chick goes, hey, this is my sister over here. So I meet the sister, and I go, hey, how you doing? And the sister goes, oh, you know what? I got to go over here for a second. I'll be right back. And
She split on
both
me.
chicks walk away, and it was like...
That was it for the night?
Yeah.
Another
and
great
they
night.
closed-
Hey, at least you got to talk to chicks.
Yeah.
See, in L.A., everything closed. Like, they only had, after the stand-up show, they only had like 20 minutes at the club.
Right,
Because
yeah.
I said to JD, the move is, if Ryan, you got to find out about a cool house party in the hills
Yeah,
or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So did Ryan hook up? He must have met a chick, right?
No. Like, we all went back to some other guy's house and hung out for a little bit.
House party.
Oh, you did go to a house party.
You
No,
were at
it
a
was just
guy's
with
house?
the guys. It was just with the guy, like this
Not
guy's
Ryan.
apartment. No, Ryan was there.
Oh.
But it was just like these 4 guys. We just hung out.
So
a
it was
little
you
bit.
and 3 other guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yikes.
And what do you do when you get to the dude's apartment?
I just hang out and talk and drink a little bit more, and then eventually we went back to the hotel. Ryan dropped us off at the hotel.
You guys went
Yikes.
back without chicks to the house?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Ryan probably left you at the hotel and went to get laid. You were
probably.
you were pre-pussy.
He goes, enough of this talk. I'm going to go get laid. I got to dump this nerd off.
There's always so much
Yeah.
fawning I can do over JD Harrimeyer.
Enough of this sausage party.
I know how you feel, man, because I would go places, before I was famous, I would go places and I'd be the asshole standing there And like
Yeah.
everyone goes, come on, man, there's tons of pussy. Meanwhile, you know you're not getting any pussy.
It's what you gonna say to people. You know?
Nah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
You got no rap.
What are you gonna say?
You know what, dude? You could. I just wish you could come off a little better, but.
Tell a chick in L.A. You could lie to a chick like
Yeah, but you know
Ryan,
what,
a movie
Artie,
star.
Artie, he ain't getting laid.
Yeah, but a movie
He's never
star
rapped.
introduces you to a chick. That's like teeing it up, and she goes, "What do?" You could say, "Look, I'm a writer. I'm anything to get fuck her
know,
that
Teddy.
night or something."
You know how demeaning it is to have to lie to chicks? Tell them you're a writer.
Say I'm on the Howard Stern show.
Right.
That's it. You don't tell me you're TiVo.
Hey, Ryan Phillippe just told me I'm the biggest star here. Fuck
Right?
you.
Yeah.
You should just go up to these chicks and go, you know what? You're not good enough for me. I'm on the Howard Stern show. Get the fuck out
You
of
should turn and walk
Exactly.
away from them before they can walk away from you.
Yes.
here. What is it, Ralph?
JD, you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love you, man, but you are like the fucking biggest loser. You've got Ryan Phillippe, who's like he's Mr. LA at this point. And you can't get anything off that connection. He's running you around saying you're like cool and dude, what's the matter with you?
I don't know. Apparently the girls are more interested in the Manning brothers than me. So.
Well, I mean, you know that, but they can't be with every woman.
I'm just saying.
The girls were more into the Eli and Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Big star quarterback.
What's Eli Manning doing at the club? I thought he's getting married to his high
Must have
school
been
sweetheart.
his bachelor party.
they
Peyton
were
is
just-
married.
They're just like hanging out.
JD,
Is
listen.
Peyton married?
I think so.
JD,
Maybe not. I
you
don't know.
had a
I think he is.
perfect intro. Ryan Phillippe's walking around telling these chicks that you're the man, and you can't move off that.
I'm sorry, Ralph.
the other
What do you
thing-
want me to do?
JD
should
has a
be.
brother.
You should be sorry. You don't deserve that.
What are you wearing? Do you look the way you look right now?
No, like I had a button shirt from the show.
Now, you look the way you look now.
From what show?
wait, what show? Yeah.
You had a button shirt from what show?
From the Artie show from the night. It was the night of the
What
Artie
does
show.
that look like? Because Artie was a mess. I mean, so what?
Artie dressed you?
I didn't dress anybody. I don't have a dress code for my show.
I'm not saying I have like the perfect style.
You know
but-
what you guys got to do next time we go to LA? Just you guys should just make up a backstory for JD. Maybe it is time to lie and just say, tell chicks he's like a mute.
I don't need
And
that. That's
work
even
on it. He
worse.
needs to work on
Just
it so
say-
he believes it.
Just say he's a billionaire who took a vow of silence.
Right.
And then
Anyway.
don't talk.
You know what he looks like? He could very well be a computer genius
Yeah. You should,
who
Howard,
created some
seriously.
program
We should put you
and
in a,
sold it for $1 billion.
we should put you in a wheelchair, and then you can just get one of those. Hello. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Timmy Gates. I invented Windows.
Bill Gates'
95.
son. I invented Windows 95 and XP.
JD, you
And Frogger.
JD, you have to put some work in yourself. I mean, you've got these. You got a great introduction. What's the matter? You
What happened to those
stand-
clothes Beth bought you for makeover clothes?
Oh, that failed.
He sold them.
He's saving them for a rainy
Why
day.
don't you
I
make
still
makeover
have.
clothes.
I still have them. I don't wear the pants anymore. I think the pants are a little tight now. But I
Maybe
have
if you
other-
worked out, got some tattoos
Yeah,
and shit.
JD,
Maybe
what's
it'll-
tattoos.
I don't know, something.
Get some piercings.
JD sits in that room and eats McDonald's all day.
I know. I always catch him in there with the big fried fish.
Oh, yeah. You can smell it down the hall.
Yeah, yes, filet o fish. His office is next to mine, so JD's in there, and I come out of my room, and he's got the big fries and the
Like
filet o
that
fish.
filet o fish is any prize on
Something
the
has
health.
to make me happy in this life. God damn it!
You're getting fat too. Look at your gut.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you.
JD, man, you're such a fucking loser, man.
Hey, wait, there's more.
What?
Did JD mention about how then he was hanging out with the cast of Scrubs and how he met the girl that he's sort of in love with, Sofia Vergara?
No.
So they introduced him to Sofia Vergara. You know that hot chick?
Yeah.
And you'd
The one
know
with
her.
the beautiful ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened when you were introduced
No,
to
that's Vita Guerra. I think
Oh.
you're thinking.
All right, but Sofia Vergara, what
I
happened?
mean, she's a hot chick. We just talked for a second, and nothing happened.
fucked that up.
Like I mentioned.
What'd you say to her? How'd it go? Tell me what happened.
We
Well,
talked
I
for a
mentioned,
second.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what did she say to you?
Well, when I lived in Florida, like I would see the Spanish show she was on all the time. So I told her,
Dude, what was the intro? How did you meet Sofia Vergara?
the
Like,
owner of Villa, I forget his name. He introduced me to her, and
he came up and
started
said, "Hey, this
talking.
is JD from the Howard Stern Show."
Yeah, and she said how she had a good time on the show when she was on, and you were very respectful.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I remember you being on the show werid or whatever.
The show what?
Faraday?
She was on a show called werid on Spanish TV that I watched.
Yeah.
And she was so high. 'Cause she would always-
Man.
I wish I had a tape of this
Now, is
conversation.
music playing while he's being so mumble?
But listen to this. Like, Ryan
That was on
Phillippe,
Univision, right? Yeah.
Ryan Phillippe and the owner of the club are introducing him.
That's what I'm saying.
You still can't get laid.
Wait, so does she go? So you go? Hey, you were on Philip at the Ferry,
Sorry.
and she knows she's on that show. So you're reminding her of it. Yeah.
You were on the Spanish shows.
She didn't know.
So all this time you've been sitting around watching TV is what you've just told her.
No. Come on. So what? So yeah, go ahead. So then she says, "That's right. I was on that show."
Oh no, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. It made me feel like an asshole. That was basically it.
She
then
doesn't even remember.
The
And
owner
then what
wanted
happens?
to-
Like, how does she get away from you? Like, how does she? What's her exit line?
I think the owner started talking to me, wanted me to introduce me to his girlfriend.
And then she got out. She walked away.
That was her out.
Wow.
JD, man, you are a fucking.
But you had to see, so backstage at the stand-up show was the weirdest group of people. First of all, JD has a brother who's exactly like him.
Oh, you met JD's brother?
Yes, he lives in L.A. and he works at Best Buy.
Oh, geez.
He came by and, he was helping out. He was a nice kid, but JD and him were like next to each other the whole night, and it was JD in stereo. Because he's got the glasses and the look, and he was like, repeating. And,
It's Beavis and Beavis.
okay, so it was that, and it was Stuttering John and his wife. It was Jason Itzler, the pimp, the famous pimp.
Oh, my goodness.
Henry Hill.
Blue Iris.
What a backstage.
Blue Iris, George Takei and Brad, Sam Simon and his posse. By the way, Sam's girlfriend's smoking hot.
Yeah.
And
Spade showed up.
David Spade showed up, and I lost. I lost it on the Bleeding Deacons.
Why?
Oh God,
Bleeding Deacons?
I almost fucking punched the guy out.
What
Why?
happened?
They, I asked them on the air. I extended the invitation to come and play at the gig. And when we got there, because it's like an amphitheater and a big deal, I went to the sound check and I wanted to make sure that there's video and shit going all right. And the Deacons got there early. And in all fairness, I mean, they seem to be a garage band made up of 8 48-year-old guys, But real nice guys, I guess talented or whatever. And so they were already all set up. And I was trying to get shit done that I really had on my mind, and this Deacon guy was in my ear the whole time. We're gonna do this, and then you're gonna smash a guitar, and and I'm like, no, just play a couple songs as the audience is sitting down, and at the end I'll plug you. That's. He's like, all right, whatever. You don't want to do this? I'm like, well, maybe we'll smash guitar, but there's a lot going on. So, and I didn't want him on stage while the comedians were there because that's very disconcerting. I said, you got to leave the stage, blah blah blah. So they were gonna just play a few songs in the beginning.
That was the idea.
Right. Okay. So they get in there, and it's the biggest gig it's the biggest gig I ever played. It's impressive, and they probably got carried away. The show's supposed to start at 8:15. Now it's a crowd that's coming to see a specific thing. They're fans of our show. They sort of know the Bleeding Deacons. They're playing. And it's a pre-stand-up show. They're playing insanely loud. You couldn't understand, like what we were just talking about. They probably went nuts, like this was their dream come true or something. The show was supposed to start at 8:15. They went like a half an hour too late, and I'm
I thought they were
outside.
going to do some song parodies.
Well,
Yeah.
they did, and then they had a guy dressed like me. They make videos now,
Right, I know.
And they had a guy dressed like me and a head that looks like me running out, and they were like feeding him stuff, and I'm sitting out, stressing about the show with my fucking iPod. I'm hearing the whole thing, and I go to Teddy. I go, Ted, what the fuck are they doing? This shit's a half an hour too long.
But you see, you have to, when you have guys who don't normally do this stuff, you got to go and you say, listen, I want 3 song parodies.
Right. I should have been more
Each
specific.
one is a minute long,
Right.
and then you leave.
I should have been
Boom.
more specific. But
Artie was surprised that the Bleeding Deacons fucked up.
all right. So, but listen, it
Because
got,
they don't really know.
It
They
got
don't-
to a point though where they were really being selfish.
But
and
did they
would
have
not
a
leave. They
time limit?
hijacked the fucking stage. So I said to Teddy, listen, man. I called Teddy over. I said, you go tell them that
Teddy.
we're going to shoot them if they don't get on stage. So he got a stage manager to tell the guy, you got to leave, okay?
Right.
And then after he says that, the fucking Bleeding Deacons guys, you guys want to hear one more? And the crowd didn't want to hear one more. And his fantasy goofball head, when he's singing into his hairbrush in his bedroom, They said, yeah, we want to hear one more. So he then proceeds to play another like 8-minute song.
Wait,
and at the end,
Daniel wants to defend himself. Hey, Daniel, what happened?
Listen, I was standing with the stage. Now, I don't know if he's a stage manager, him, Artie, and the production manager. I said, our set is 30 minutes, but we're completely flexible.
I never heard a 30-minute set. Wait, let me finish what he did. And then you can have the stage.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end, like a comedy show's about to happen, right? The MC's got to come out and go, hey, what's up, everybody? A calm thing. These guys start smashing guitars like they're the Who. Like they start fucking, like there's pyrotechnics. I hear them going, ah! You can't understand a word they're saying. They're just loud and annoying, and people are like cringing. They're smashing a guitar, and I'm going. My face is getting red with anger. So after that stops, there's smoke. The stage managers had to come sweep the guitar off, and now there's this awkward silence. Now it's nothing but an awkward silence. 6,000 people are going. They're watching those poor stage managers sweep the guitar. Now they start to boo. Not one person applauded for it because they thought it was just weird. So now this kid Pete Dominic, who MCs for me, he's got a show at Sirius. This poor kid's getting thrown to the fucking wolves now. And Spade was sitting there, and he goes, Art, you're totally right for being mad. I would go ballistic. So that doesn't help. No one was saying anything. So I lost it. I said some things I probably shouldn't have said. I screamed at Daniel. I screamed at the other, and I was yelling, and people were trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Right. And I said to the stage, I said, please play some house music so it's not awkward silence till they clear the fucking stage. Yeah. And this kid can at least have some sort of an intro.
Yeah, but you see, you got to blame yourself. You got to say to Daniel, Daniel, look, listen to me. I'm going to tell you to take some responsibility here. You got to say to Daniel, Daniel, here's what's going to happen. I want 3 song parodies. That's how people know you from the Stern
So how do you
Show.
explain after we tell him to get off stage, he does another song?
Yeah, how come you didn't get off stage? That's the part I don't get.
Here's what happened. I told the guy, I said, hit me on the monitor. Tell me whenever you want. I go, just leave me 5 minutes so I can because I have a Stern Show parody set portion of it that's 5 minutes long.
But that's all you should have done.
Yeah.
That's all you should have done.
But I told him ahead of time, I said, I can do whatever you want. I said, this is what I would like to do. I have a 30-minute set. Everybody stand there. They say, okay, that sounds good because it'll be this time. By the time everybody gets in the seat, that's what we'll do. And then I say, now, if you want anything different, just hit me in the monitors. Say, last song or 5 minutes.
We said last song, and then you played another song.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right, whatever, dude. Whatever.
He didn't hit me on the monitor.
All right, whatever.
He didn't hit him on the monitor.
Who knows what you're talking about?
You didn't hit him on the monitor.
I want to hit you on the head with the monitor. And they're all in like priest outfits, like the lamest gimmick for a band. So I finally, this kid Pete Dominic was the most valuable player of the night. He went out there and he's as professional as a comic is. He fucking dug. He had an 80-foot hole to dig himself out of. I felt so bad for the kid. I said, you know what, Pete, I might just go out there now and try to calm down and just try to do 2 hours or something. And Pete,
Daniel,
Pete went out and got them back and killed, and the rest of the night was the show was amazing, and by the end I had calmed down and I apologized on stage and I paid Daniel from as much money as I felt, even more money than I thought I owed him because I felt bad about yelling.
Can I ask?
And that's how it ended. The show went good.
What were the things that you said that you think you regret?
Well, JD, do you have some of it on?
I only have like a tail end, like it was where he says, "Yeah, you really got the crowd going now." That's about all I got.
Well, listen, I was giving. First of all, half of the guys in the band looked like they probably beat the shit out of me. But I mean, again, it was my show. Like it's one of the biggest nights of my career. It's the Carnegie Hall of the West Coast.
You should have told Daniel, I want a 5-minute set of the song parodies you do on the Stern Show. That's it.
And that's what I would have done. I would have done anything. You think I was there?
But Daniel, why did you smash? Why are you smashing guitars? Like what?
I even cleared that with them. I cleared that with the production manager. I said I want to do this, every little tiny.
I was never told about that. Why are you talking?
Why would the production manager even know what Artie wanted, though?
Well, who's the studio? I mean, doesn't Artie have a stage manager or a production manager?
No, I'm a comedian. What do you think I am? Of Elvis Costello?
Well, I'm clearing every single thing with the people that work at the gifts.
All right, so it was a misunderstanding. JD, here's the part of the story that drives me crazy. Forget about Artie and Daniel. You're in charge of filming everything for Artie, and you missed the argument between Artie and Daniel?
I purposely said,
how do you do that?
You are not allowed to have a camera on the stage at this place, so I had to have it in my bag so no one would see it. And whenever he started arguing or whatever, I tried to get out so no one would see it, and
No, I thought backstage was all right. In other words, like what Howard's saying, like he saw that I was livid running in. You should have anticipated something embarrassing was going to happen. Because I purposely said afterwards, I said, you know what, it's embarrassing because I lost my mind. But did you get that on?
Well, Daniel,
he probably got some funny shit.
Here's the thing. I also told him, if you want me to stop, just say stop. If you wanted to,
I get it.
I don't know who you're telling that to.
I know what's going on.
The stage guys and whoever runs the show back there.
I get what's going on here. You're not around, and he goes and so it's a misunderstanding. Believe me. All right, Daniel.
Like I'm trying to piss off one of my heroes.
No, look again. I'm sorry I lost it, and
hey, man, listen. I'm sorry, dude. You know how bad I felt.
I know it was rude of me to do that, but I was losing my mind because it was a big situation, and the show ended up being fine. And see,
this is what happens when like if Artie goes on tour or guys go on tour, and then they hook up with other people from the show.
Well, he's done this before, and it's gone as badly.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, he forgets.
Because
I know it can go bad. That's why I really thought I had all my bases covered. I told the monitor man, I told the guys, I said, listen.
Now you didn't do anything, Daniel.
To you and says that
Daniel, you didn't do anything wrong. It was mishandled. In other words,
he did one thing, two things wrong in my eyes. The rest I'll take the hit for.
When you told him to get off stage,
and the smash on the guitar was that's not using your instincts.
But he did get permission from somebody.
I don't know who that was.
When they told me to get off stage, it was the last song. The song was over. I even cued the sound guys. I said, "Do we have time for one more? Do you want to hear one more?" And I say it twice. I'm looking at them. Nobody says boo to me.
So you went and did another one.
The set. They told me to do 30 minutes.
All right, Daniel, don't worry about it. It'll be fun. All right, thanks, Daniel. Daniel from the Bleeding Deacons, who does all those great song parodies.
Go to their website.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to promote the band. I don't know. I
love Daniel and his song parodies and stuff, and now it's like you guys go out on the road, and next thing I know, there's World War III breaking out.
Right.
No, it was a bad moment. It was a bad moment.
It's like
you got to understand, Artie. It was their moment.
Right.
That's right. You gave it to them.
Quite frankly, I think they're going to have to hope for another at bat somewhere.
All right, JD. So when you went to the house with Ryan Phillippe, who were the other guys there? They were actors.
Just there's the actor Jesse Bradford.
Tell him what he was in.
What show is Jesse Bradford in?
He was in Swim Fan. He was in Flags of Our Fathers.
Movie guy.
So you're hanging out with some guys who really are big time actors in L.A.
Howard used to be on The West Wing also.
Right.
Big fan of the show.
And what do you guys talk about?
Just it was a lot about talking about how they're fans of the show, stuff like that, and that was basically it.
And what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, just whatever. I don't know.
Right. Was your brother with you, or was you
no? He had to go back to Bakersfield.
The brother, Howard. You got to get JD's brother.
We got to meet JD's brother.
When's your brother going to come on the show?
I don't know.
I might just hire him.
Fuck you.
Both you guys.
Let's switch him. He can go to Best Buy for a few weeks.
And that Jason Itzler guy, the pimp guy?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Is he wearing a fur coat even in L.A.?
He sits down next to me, and he's a bit of a close talker. Ask your father about that Seinfeld episode, Close Talker.
Right.
Clearly, I'm just trying to get my head straight. Everybody's in my dressing room, and this guy Itzler's an inch from my face talking to me how he hooked up with the MySpace guys, and they want to have a party afterwards, and there's broads over there, and how this is what he said to me. This was the most insulting fucking thing. I wanted to punch him in the face. He goes, listen, I really think I can get you a wife, but if it doesn't work out at the end of the 7 weeks, I got like the Eastern European girls. They'll marry anybody.
Oh my God.
That's what he says to me, and I said,
a wife.
That's what he said. Like, I want to find a wife.
You want a wife that bad that it doesn't even matter if she speaks English.
I said, quite frankly, an Eastern European chick marrying me would be the lottery for them.
That's why.
So, and he was there with another creepy guy who he's in business with. It was just creep times fucking a million.
How do they end up backstage at your show?
I don't know, because they're fans.
He's getting Artie a wife.
Yeah, right. They're part of the Howard Stern show now because he was a guest, and what else was interesting? I saw one of my old friends, Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV. It was great seeing her. Sam Simon's girlfriend. Man, it's the hottest chick he's ever dated.
Wow.
I never met her before.
Now, how long has he
Hotter
been
than the
dating
Playboy chick.
her?
He said they've on and off for 10 years, but the times I knew Sam, I guess it was off because I never met her. But now they're back together, and it ended up being a very interesting night, and the show was great. And God, again, it becomes like a serious pep rally. It just it seems like everybody in that place has Sirius. They love Sirius.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, real good, man. Congrats.
But JD, nothing.
JD,
no pussy.
All right, but JD hung out with Ryan Phillippe. At least hung out with a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah,
Start.
I tried at least a little bit.
Oh, Henry Hill, too. I brought Henry Hill out at the end of the show, and I said, listen, if anybody in the Mafia wants a free shot, I'll leave the stage right now.
There you go.
He
Hey,
was
Lee,
fucked
Lee,
up.
Lee, you're on the Oh, yeah, I bet. Lee in San Francisco, you're on the air.
Howard, you are a very handsome man, like a young Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah, thank you.
I am very excited about Richard Christie's drumming exhibition this morning.
Yeah, how that all came about. Maybe I should do that now, but Richard...
That's a big drum kit over there.
Yeah, so I was listening to these heavy metal, speed metal things. Like, here's another song I'm going to play you. I was listening to the drummers, and I always figured they use like a drum machine because these guys are so fast on the drums.
Right.
I can't even imagine
sound human.
how they do it. And Richard said, no, I used to,
I can do that.
I used to be in a death metal band, and I can drum that fast. I used to go to the barn and put ankle weights on and practice 9 hours a day.
I'm out of practice, but I can do that.
All right, go ahead, sit down.
Okay.
All right. How do I do this?
Do I need to get I guess I need to get a remote headphones, huh?
I don't know. What the fuck do I know? What do I look like?
What's up, man?
Hold on.
He can't hear you, Lee.
No.
Lee, he's putting on headphones.
I'm sorry.
Oh, here comes Scott. All right, here's Richard on the drums, then I'll take a break. Got it. All right. Now, what are you going to play for us, Richard?
I find a mic.
He's gonna play a song called "The Most Annoying Shit You've Ever Heard."
Does it matter what he plays?
Give him a wireless. You got a wireless? Yeah. Was that A or B?
A.
B. Of course.
So you want to hear those, like the drums from those songs, right? That type of drumming?
Yeah.
No, we want to hear something else.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for.
Okay, I'm just making you asked me what I was going to play.
No, can you drum "Happy Birthday"?
Do the fastest drumming you can do.
Okay.
Because I can't even believe someone could go that fast.
Okay.
All right, Leah, you ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Are we good, Scott?
We're good to go.
What?
Your stuff too.
What'd you say, Scott? How can I know what you're saying? You're mumbling.
Shut off your mics when he's playing.
Oh, okay. All right. Fucking asshole. He's oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Wow. I was just getting into it. Do that. Do the... Wow.
Man,
impressive.
You're
Play
talented.
a whole song, though. I don't think he'll die.
Hey, that was good. I like that.
I would love to know how to play a fucking instrument. That looks so cool.
Yeah, let's jam.
Go ahead, go.
Okay.
How's that?
It's a hit.
How'd I do?
Awesome.
Think that helped you out.
I think you could be a lead singer now.
I'm thinking of getting a band together. With that maniac on the
There's
drums.
finally some
jam with
music
you.
you can do.
Man, I could really sing.
Richard, do you miss touring like that? Like, I think I would miss that if I had that talent doing that, like, in front of a crowd.
Yeah, a little bit, definitely.
Yeah?
I mean,
Although he sounds like
No.
he's out of breath right
He,
now.
he was at the Stones touring. He was touring, and he was staying at like a YMCA.
Right, he was in like a Greyhound bus. He wasn't in like some great tour
But
bus.
still, even every
It's still
performance,
fun.
there had to be a time where you get into it.
yeah, even if you're in a van, you're still traveling. You get to do shows.
In a van down by the over.
All right, good job.
Nice.
Get out of here and go back and make phony phone calls.
Thank you. That was fun, Howard.
Right.
Thanks for letting me do that.
You bet.
How often does he get to play drums now living in Manhattan?
I play about an hour a day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where?
There's a drum school called the Drummers Collective. They let me come down there and jam. It's really cool.
Then
when you jam, I mean, do you have guitar players and stuff, or you just go by yourself?
I just go by myself. And what I like to do is just, like, I write kind of drum riffs, and I'll record them and then go back home and write guitar and stuff to them.
Wow.
And then nobody hears it.
No.
All you need is some lyrics.
Well, yeah, it's all instrumental, but on the Howard TV drumming special that's coming up, I wrote a song. I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but it's on GP1. Song
No, that's
where I
all
play
right.
Guitar.
Let's go to commercial.
You play you play guitar as well?
Yeah.
Let me hear this. What is it called?
This is Richard's
It's in
music.
white on the bottom.
Oh, Frost?
Yeah.
Crank that shit up.
Remember that band with the dog? Let's just get the dog in there.
Where's the dog, Fred? There you go. That's good, Fred. I like the vocals. That dog is good.
And he
Good.
works for Kibble.
That's pretty good, man.
That dog's got good timing.
That's really good stuff.
Well,
Thank
you
you.
know what we could do again? What we did with somebody write lyrics to that.
No, why bother?
I'm just curious, how long after he drums like that does he shower?
What is it,
It's a
Ralph?
while.
6
Oh my
weeks.
God. That was so bad.
What, his music?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he's just like banging on those drums. It's horrible.
No, that's talent, man.
Ralph hates
nuts.
everything.
All right, thank you. All right,
No,
Richard.
Richard, what are you going to do with that? I mean, really?
Oh, get out. Get off the phone. This guy does nothing.
Boy, that is the voice
What
of discouragement.
are you going to do with that?
Sorry I don't collect Star Wars figures, Ralph.
Oh, nice.
See, he makes it look easy.
I could do that.
Let me see.
Oh, don't start.
Want to see me do that?
Yeah, get over there. He's actually going to try. He'll come back to the desk. He'll have pulled something. What's squealing?
I need double bass pedal.
Oh, there's one there.
Do you even know where that is?
What? What is that, Rob?
I said, do you even know where that is? They'll have to point to things to you.
Put your left foot there.
Left foot here.
Yeah, there you go.
Is
Ready?
that mic on?
You ready?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
This mic's probably not on.
It's on now.
You got it? Ready?
Ready. What song was that?
That was Buried Alive by Merciful Fate.
That was pretty good for her.
What'd you think of that?
I was, you know.
Seriously, I wasn't so fucking bad.
I mean, yeah, it's not like Richard, but it's
But can you play a song?
Yeah, I don't have a song, but
Something more than what a dog could sing to.
you need the wicked lyrics like, they lowered me down into that hole in the ground.
I want to be like the Bleeding Deacons. Let me smash my drums.
You're supposed to set the drums on fire.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm exhausted.
I know, it's hard work, isn't it? It's a physical instrument.
Can I try one? Can I try it? That looks
Go
like
ahead.
fun. Right?
Have you ever held drumsticks? Yeah? Because that's part of the problem. They never were held the way I thought they were supposed to be.
Hurry up, Dr. Abelo's here.
Yeah, and you catch your breath
might
while
hate him.
Artie's playing.
I'm gonna have a fucking. How are you fat, Richard? I'm gonna have a heart attack just from that.
It's exhausting, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah. But I mean, I'm a really good drummer.
Even Richard was a little winded after he did his thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Because
why I
you
was
really
thinking.
got to just keep doing it, right?
Artie, you're gonna be exhausted.
You get out of practice, you can't play a song.
Exactly.
You know, you have the power of like a Bonzo Bonham.
That's what he looks like. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
You look like Bonzo Bonham. Yeah.
Let's hear rock and roll, Artie.
Do the double bass. No, do the. No, Artie, do the double bass. The feet.
Yeah.
Does he know where those pedals are?
Your left
Oh,
right there,
this is
Artie.
the bass?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's two basses.
Oh my God. That's what most drumming sounds like.
What do you call that? Heart attack?
He just burned 1,000 calories.
How the fuck did, like...
You know what, Artie? This is the way you should exercise.
He was chubby. How the fuck did he do that?
I don't know.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, can I show you rock and roll real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
You can probably play it, Artie.
Come on,
No,
I got
well,
Dr. Abloh here. Nobody
Yeah, we got a
cares.
schedule.
Real quick.
Hey, let me show you Inagata Davida.
All right.
Show off.
All right, get out of here.
All right, I'm coming over. I got my coffee cake.
You see how out of breath you are?
I literally have an Entenmann's coffee cake and a
Yeah,
Hawaiian
'cause you're
punch.
going to need energy now.
When I was on tour, Howard, we used to do.
You sound like Lou Costello.
We just saw the Mummy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Josh, you're on the air.
Fucking polluted.
Hey, Howard, you were talking about Carmen Luvana. The
Yeah.
rumor on her is that she has vaginal cancer and is no longer in the business.
No, of course.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
Where's you hear
Stop
that?
it.
A friend of mine is dating her, and he's got this really crazy tattoo of her on him, and they live in Miami now, and she's runs a production company, and but she's no longer doing porn.
But maybe she's not doing porn, but
Vaginal cancer?
I don't think she's got the vag cancer.
I don't know. Just telling you what I heard. I've never seen it publicized, but this is from a very good source.
Well, I'm sure
so I don't
rumors
wanna-
start as soon as a hot chick like that retires from the industry.
Right. Pussy cancer, right?
She
away.
must have pussy cancer. What the hell?
This chick's got pussy cancer. Oh! I'll put some radiation on the tip of my dick. Oh! Oh! I'll put some cancer medicine on my cock. Oh! Clear that pussy cancer up right away. Oh! Oh! I'll throw some chemotherapy on my balls. This way, when my balls are in your pussy, you cancer-filled twat, they'll fucking cure it. Oh! Hey, you got throat cancer? Because I could cure that, too. I'll throw some fucking throat cancer medicine on my schveen.
Hey, Josh. If get in touch with Carmen, Artie says he can cure her cancer.
Hey, wait, Howard, before I go...
You got ear cancer, Carmen? Yeah? Well, I'll put some fucking ear cancer medicine on my cock and ear fuck your skull out. Oh! Oh!
In Wikipedia, they say that she announced that
Jerk
2008 would be the last year she worked,
Right.
and that she's still flying out to where films are being made.
Yeah, yeah. You got asshole cancer, honey? Yeah? I'll fucking cure it with my super cancer curing cock.
You know, you can make big money going on tour as Artie as Dice Clay.
Oh, please, he should be in the films.
I would love that.
Be less pressure. You don't have to be Artie.
Hickory dickory dock. I'm gonna cure your pussy cancer with my cock.
All right, there it is,
Hey,
Josh.
Howard.
Thank you, yes.
Before I go, I got to ask Robin a question.
How will you get medicine to her if she has liver cancer?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll fuck her liver with my cock.
Thank you, Dice Artie.
I'll go right up her ass, through her pancreas, over the colon.
You mean you're so powerful your cock can get to her liver through her ass?
My cock is so powerful and so fucking long, it'll go over your asshole, through your sphincter, up your pancreas, over your spleen, and fuck your liver cancer right the fuck out. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, how's that fucking... You got any other organs with fucking cancer?
And you put the chemotherapy on the tip of your dick?
What I do is I have a fucking cute chick doctor who I'm fucking put chemotherapy on my cock. And then I fuck a chick from here to fucking next Sunday.
All right.
You got foot cancer?
How many girls have you cured?
I've cured
How
about
do you do that?
3,000 broads already.
Of cancer.
Foot cancer's easy. I have a fucking jerk off my cock and balls when I put
All right.
chemotherapy.
All right, thank you. We get it.
Oh, my God.
You get it?
I get it. Anything else, Lisa?
Yes, some hot, juicy gossip from page 69. Jason Kaplan's role as the official photographer for The Stern Show may help lead to a new hobby, gay porn photography. According to page 69's Will Murray, Jason recently approached intern turned staffer Kevin Kraft, telling him he should pose for a gay website, maybe posing nude or even masturbating. And Jason, being a good friend, even volunteered to take the photos of young Kevin.
What?
Wow.
What is going on? He's recommending what to people?
Listen, that's the kind of story that has to stop this show short.
What, you crazy?
What? What the fuck? I don't even know.
Jason's he's looking at a guy and saying, you ought to pose?
What?
For gay porn sites?
And he wants to take the pictures of him jerking off. I don't want...
Jason, what's going on with you? Is something happening to you, man, that we don't know about? You want to go to the...
Why don't you work with lepers?
This kid Kevin gets tons of email from
the kid with the tattoos.
Yeah,
he does the wild stunts.
Yeah, he comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, I don't know what to do. All these people keep emailing me.
Right?
They want naked pictures of me.
Who does?
Gay guys.
Where do they know him from?
I guess they've seen him on the show. He's been on a couple episodes.
Yeah, okay, go
so
ahead.
I'm like, dude, take some pictures, throw them up on the web, make some money off it if you're going to do it. And then he's like, ew, I'm not going to do that. And I said, I'll take your pictures. I don't care.
You want to take pictures of him jerking off?
I don't know. I didn't say jerking off. I didn't say that.
But naked?
Dude, they're blowing the story out of proportion.
You really want to be responsible for taking naked pictures of him and like starting him in gay porn?
Wow.
No, do you really want anything to do with that? And like, why do you want to take like gay pictures of him?
I don't want to. Forget it. This is ridiculous. No.
What do you mean it's ridiculous?
Well, you said exactly what Lisa said. You want to take...
Hey, I'm not denying the story.
Like if a guy said to me, hey, would you take naked pictures of me? I go, on what planet do you think I'm living? I'm not taking
listen,
naked
he came up to me, asked me what he should do. I'm like, hey, make a buck off it.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now, that's advice, but then to go, it's bad advice, but... And
hey,
then,
Artie, can you fuck the gay out of him with your
this
dick?
fucking kid is a fag. I'm going to put some anti-fag medicine on my cock.
All right, thank you.
Wait,
thank you,
but
Lisa.
that is really...
yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
So but when you say what kind of pictures would you have taken? Not jerking off, but...
Well, he's like, I'm not fucking a guy on
Right, but you know what they want? They want him on his back with his legs spread and his cock and balls hanging out.
I just go, look, if Will the Farter's making $3,000 a month for farting
why are you involved? Why are you so anxious to take the pictures?
I'm just so anxious to take the pictures. We were talking, so I said. So he's like, well, I'm not fucking the dude on the computer, and I'm just like, so just fucking take naked pictures and throw yourself up there.
And you'll take them.
And what do I care? What, do you mean naked for 2 minutes while I take fucking pictures?
Jason, wait a minute. Jason.
Why do you want to do that?
I think naked pictures of Richard Christie every other week.
We're fucking around.
Why do you want to get into that kind of work?
I'm not looking to get into it. I wasn't ready to start a business.
Like, who would suggest to a guy, hey, let me take the pictures of you naked?
Jason, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Jason, are you gay? Seriously?
No, I'm not gay.
Do you have feelings for men?
I have no feelings for men.
You sure?
I swear to God.
It's okay if you do.
Thank you, sir, but I don't.
Because I don't know where you would want to take pictures of a naked guy. That's impossible.
No, I just don't care. Like
you want to.
No, I don't want to.
Like, in other words, you have 24 hours in your day, and even an hour you want to fill taking a picture of naked guys?
Wow.
No.
Like, why would you even suggest that to him?
I don't know.
Why would you say, hey, you should go be naked on the internet, but good luck?
All right, fine.
Hey, man, there's money in it. I don't care. Like,
you get paid, you say?
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to do it for fun.
All right.
No, I was just telling him, like, he's like, Look,
Haven't
Will
you told
the Farter makes thousands of dollars a
Yeah,
month.
and he's a creep, man. I mean, you don't think he's a creep.
Hey, easy.
I think he's a creep.
Will is a
Kid's
talented.
He's a talented creep. There's a lot of them around. Wayne Newton.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
All right, thank you, everyone.
I don't know, man.
Kevin was all creeped out by Jason saying this.
I
should
wouldn't
be.
doubt it. It's like Jason's trying to figure out a way to get his clothes off.
I mean, what? You know what? What would you think if a guy asked you that? Like, I mean,
say,
obviously
look.
he wants to fuck me.
Were you all creeped out when this is Kevin, by the way? Do gay guys really write you and want to see you naked?
Constantly.
Really?
Anytime I'm ever on air or my name gets mentioned in like a news story or something, I get all these messages on MySpace. And it's not just like normal gay guys, they're like aggressive.
There's no
Wasn't
such thing as a
Joey
normal
Boots
gay guy.
into you too? Joey
Yeah,
Boots had
yeah.
a thing.
Oh,
for
that's
you.
right. This is the guy Boots wants to bang.
Yeah.
So when Jason said, I want to take naked pictures of you, were you kind of freaked out?
Well, I thought it was a joke. I thought he was just busting my balls until it went on for like 15 minutes.
Really? He really tried to sell himself to you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I need more ass. If you just put it up in the air a little more.
Listen, when you split your balls and you let one of them go to the side, the gay guys really like that.
Make your cock really wet and hard. Lick it.
Can you try to push your pucker out a little bit?
I'm going to spit on your cock so it looks shining, glistening.
You don't have enough spit. Maybe I have to lick it a little bit.
Rub your cock harder for me and show me more balls.
15 minutes?
Could you knock the lint off the tip of your dick, please? There's lint on there. I'm reading that on my lens.
Let me see your pretty feet.
You know what? You guys are being funny, but you know, that would really, they'd say shit like that. Because if you're going to take pictures, you want them to be good, you know he'd eventually go, can you move your cock the other way?
Right.
I mean,
I'm not seeing enough
He'd
cock.
have to be posing him to be attractive to
Listen.
a gay website.
Spread your legs wider. I'll get good ball and asshole shots.
Your cock is your best feature. Flaunt it.
Now open up your ass cheek so I can see asshole.
Oh my God,
Now
just
look
don't
at
get
me
it.
like you like it.
Now lick your lips and stick your finger in your ass.
There's money in this.
Yeah,
This is more disturbing than the
Wait, you
conversation.
got fudge on your finger. Let me wipe that off.
First of all,
Play with your taint. Straddle right over me.
how much money is Jason really going to pull down from this?
I don't know.
I mean, this is crazy.
I just bought an Audi.
You guys want to do your shoot right now?
Yeah.
You don't have to take off your clothes necessarily.
Yeah, I just want to see him pose you.
Yeah.
Jason, show me what you would say to Kevin. Like, keep your clothes on, but pretend he's naked.
Yeah.
Nah, get him at least in his undies.
Well, what's a good strategy for gay porn posing?
Jason, what would you like to see him do?
You want him down to his tighty whities?
If you're not so uptight.
All right, Kevin. Is your gay porn shoot right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
All right.
Pose me.
I'll pose you. Just here's what I want you to start doing. Just start lifting up your shirt slowly, like just show off some of your stomach.
Oh,
my God.
Go ahead.
Ooh, creepy.
Could you unbuckle the top button, please?
Kevin, don't look grossed out by it. Look into it. Yeah, I mean you're
All
trying
right,
to make
get
it
out of here. I'm gonna throw up from
This is already fucking creeping me.
That's what he's going to be
Creepiest thing
saying to you.
Jason, man. All right, thank you.
Hey guys, hold on a second. Kevin, dude, is there any way that you're going to be taking pictures with Jason?
The only way I'll be doing gay porn is if I'm going after Jason's big tushy.
Look, if the kid wants to leave 10 grand a month on the table, that's his business.
I got to be able to sleep at night. I have a soul.
Listen, Kevin's got a lot of fans out there. These guys email him like crazy, and I say give the people what they want.
What do the fans, what do they want from you? And did they request anything outrageous?
I think the most disturbing thing I heard was a dude tell me he wanted to suck my dick until I begged him to stop.
Okay.
Now, how do you not tap into a market like that? That's what I'm saying. You got people, we have a product, we have the man.
He's a walking gold mine.
We have the equipment. As Tim would say, I think man can solve this for everybody. This guy can get virtual Kevin sucking his cock, and Kevin get some cash.
Hey, to quote the great movie Harold and Kumar, just because you're hung like a moose doesn't mean you have to go into porn.
See, you know, I'm not
saying
getting.
I'm hung like a moose.
I'm not getting this. Kevin is the one that would obviously be benefiting the most money-wise, but Jason, you're the one who's really pushing this.
Dude, fucking benefit the most money-wise. If he's pulling down 10 grand a month and I could get 3 grand of that, I'm benefiting.
Yeah.
That's my agent, my gay porn agent?
Yeah, 30%. That's how it works in gay porn. All right, thank you.
Any chance he's even
Afraid
taking
not.
pictures?
Sorry, gentlemen. Not happening. The monster is staying in my pants.
Is as Beetle is as bad as can. He knows he's the best. This is Beetle is as bad as can. He knows he's the best.